get the oil drained out of this. Hard to do trying to hold the camera and do that at the same time. A little bit of a mucky mess. Okay, well, I'm not going to hold that camera again and do that. That was a bit of a mess. You could see the oil is super clean. He probably just changed it. Everything on this bike is immaculate. Let me get this out of the way. I pulled Kickstarter off. Wiggle, wiggle, slide, slide. There we go. Okay, there we go. It just slides right out. Take this all apart and get it all out of there. These usually remove pretty easy. Just take a little socket the same size. And that's it. Now, like I said, I saved everything. I'm going to put it back to stock configuration. Just have a little piece that goes over it to keep it from leaking out any oil. Let's take the old gasket off. There, that should help it seal. Don't want to stack gaskets. And say Blaster, Yamaha Blaster, the RZ350, all the Yamahas with oil injection I think are the same size. This one's actually sold as a Blaster because they're still all over the place. If you hunt for RZ350, I don't think you find any. All right, that's it. Now I'll put it back on. I'm going to get a new plug here. We'll keep the OEM one, but it has a bunch of holes in it to run the lines in and out. 2 injectors out to the carb, 1 injector in from the oil tank. We will replace it. This is a Banshee one. They had the same side covers, and the Banshee didn't have any injection, so there. Keep all the outside atmosphere, dirt and crud from coming in. Again, saving everything. Got the gasket kit in. This is the gasket that came off the RZ. You can see that they're a stacked gasket. So they have a gasket, and then in the center there's a plate, and then they have another gasket. And the squish is 80 thousandths on this. So what I want to do is on the new one, I'm going to take it apart. Again, it's a gasket, and then a plate, and then another gasket. They are held together by like a little punched rivet here in these four holes. So I'm going to separate it and just use one gasket, just one thin gasket without the plate, to bring the squish down. That should get the squish down, I'd guess around 50 thousandths. Give it a little more compression. All right, I got them separated. So there's one gasket, the plate, and the other gasket. Now I've got two gaskets I can run instead of one. And so it puts a spare gasket on the shelf. Now you can see the inside here also. It's just blocked plug now, capped. I'm gonna throw this back on. Everything on this looks like it was just put together. So I'm going to, just noticed the dowel pins, the alignment dowel pin is missing here. See if I can find one. I sourced a dowel pin. I noticed that it didn't have one when we pulled it apart. So pin insert. Well, now it goes in. All right, so I'm gonna keep this gasket here because it is brand new. If it leaks, I will replace it. I've got a new one, but why use it if you don't have to? Remember, the long bolt goes where the dowel pin is. All the rest are the same size. All right, I'm not going to have either of these holders in. And we're all for the oil lines. It makes it look cleaner too. We will save all that. All right, nice, good, clean look. Now, we got that blocked off with the Banshee plug. Let's get those pistons off there. Putting some fresh oil in her. And we're gonna work on getting this piston off. And it's a circlip that holds it in there. So, a rag in place so we don't lose it down in the motor. There we go. We will have some new pistons, boring to 6450. It was on its original bore size, pretty wore out. And that one went flying, but it didn't fly into the motor. All right, and get that pushed out of there. A lot of times you can't do these by hand. You have to use a C-clamp. You'll see me use it on the other video. I just gave that a couple little taps. both pistons removed. I'm going to retain the stock throttle cable. That is a Y piece that goes in here and hooks around the injector. Keeps it stock appearing and won't get in the way or hurt anything. We'll check the top off of the oil once the motor's together. Get that kick starter back on there. To remove all the gasket material here. Clean this up and get it ready for the fresh bored cylinders. Though we are going to put a wicked port job on it first. Just get it all ready here. Okay, that might hide it a little better.